The Senate is set to vote on an election reform bill today, aiming to expand voter registration, absentee ballots, and early voting. It would also broaden campaign finance disclosures, limit partisan gerrymandering, and institute federally financed campaigns. But the bill is expected to fail. Let's go to ABC News political director Rick Klein for more on why. So, Rick, what is keeping this bill from passing, particularly after there have been some compromises put out there? And why hold this vote at all if it's destined for failure?
Diane, the answer is one word. It's the filibuster. The reason that it can't pass is because of the Senate filibuster. Even if all of the Democrats stay together, that's not going to be enough. And the reason Democrats are holding this is to showcase that fact and hope to pressure their own members to change the Senate rules. Now, a couple of Senate Democrats have ruled that out, but they're hoping that the pressure builds after today's vote. And this is the #1 priority. We've seen a number of states move in a direction of restrictive voting rights. Democrats have said this is the biggest thing they want to do this year, and it's going to be blocked almost certainly today. But Democrats hope that they can at least coax all of their members to stick together, a show of unity, a show of force, and then hope that some kind of pressure builds over the next couple of weeks. But this bill is destined for failure. Everybody knows it. It's just about showing it publicly.
So the Democrats are all unified behind this compromise version of the bill now, but their small majority isn't enough to overcome that filibuster. But you still hear, Kristen Sinema just wrote an op-ed saying that she, a moderate Democrat, still believes that they have more to lose than they do to gain by doing away with the filibuster. So now what?
Yeah, Senator Sinema and Senator Manchin may as well have a big sign above their heads. They're not getting rid of the filibuster. But some Democrats aren't taking that for an answer. And they feel like the pressure will continue to build, that as Republicans show that they're not willing to compromise on things like the January 6th Commission, which they blocked a few weeks ago, and on election reform, which they're expected to block today, maybe on other issues down the pike, that maybe they change their minds. Otherwise, Democrats hope it's used as a rallying cry for them in the 2022 midterms, where their majority is at stake, and they look to expand that majority. They have not given up hope, but this is really as far as Democrats can go. A 50-50 Senate means you need everyone united under the best of circumstances, and that means no filibuster. And if you can overcome the filibuster, you change a lot of these things, but that is not happening. And again, Democrats know that.
And Rick, with midterm elections just around the corner, if they were to undo the filibuster, could that backfire on them?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, it's going to be a political issue for Republicans. They're going to be calling this a power grab throughout the day, as they have consistently. They'll point out that they could have changed the Senate rules the same way when they were in the majority and chose not to, although they did change the rules substantially for the confirmation of Supreme Court justices, which allowed President Trump to get 3 justices on the court. So there's been a long slide to eliminate the protections that are afforded to the minority party in the Senate. Both sides like to point and blame the other side. Democrats feel like Republicans are going too far. They're going to push as much as they can, but there will be political consequences almost certainly.
All right. So this voting rights bill is set to fail in this vote today. So what's next in the battle over voting rights?
2 tracks here, Diane. We've got a number of states, 14 and counting, have already passed laws that restrict voting rights. Texas is next up. They're expected to have a special legislative session either later this summer or sometime in the fall. So there's still states that are moving in that direction. The federal efforts could regroup in some way, although I think that's unlikely. I think it's more likely that the attention then turns to changing the rules and looking toward the 2022 elections. And then I think all eyes are going to be on the Biden Justice Department. They're going to have a wide authority, and they're going to be very closely watched to see how they enforce voting rights laws. And in fact, there's a Supreme Court decision that's expected any day now that could impact the enforcement of voting rights laws.
And President Biden's also trying to get this infrastructure package over the finish line. It sounds like we're nearing a deal on that. So what's the latest?
Yeah, this is so interesting, Diane, because we talk about how voting rights is getting blocked, but it looks like momentum is building for bipartisanship on infrastructure. President Biden met with a couple of moderate Democrats. He's expected to meet with some Republicans who are on board, and the number of co-sponsors, Democrats and Republicans, growing just about by the day. Now, the problem Biden has here is on his left. Progressives, liberals feel like it doesn't do enough to protect the climate and to protect families. They want to have a bigger package or a separate track, but right now, this infrastructure bill actually looks decent, like it has a decent chance of passing. Biden's involvement critical here. He's got to decide what is he going to take in terms of a package, even if it doesn't include everything, knowing that he's going to make a lot of people unhappy.
And Rick, the expanded child tax credits start going out next month. Eligible families can receive up to $3,600 for each child under 6 and $3,000 for each child 6 to 17. So how can people check if they're eligible and then access these payments?
Yeah, the White House actually held a special day yesterday to highlight this. They've got a website up that's pretty easy to look at and to apply online. In most cases, it's going to be direct deposit. Basically, what this is money that you would be getting as part of your tax returns next year. You can sort of front load that and get it month by month. Getting money in people's pockets right now, a big accomplishment that the Biden administration is championing and hoping to make permanent. So they're hoping that this takes hold, that a lot of voters get used to seeing that extra money in their checks.
All right, ABC News political director Rick Klein. Always great to have you, Rick. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.